Zenith is an exclusively VR MMORPG experience created by the Ramen VR team. The immersion the game offers is second to none, as players will use their bodies for flight, movement, as well as to communicate with other people and interact with the environments around them. Zenith is a world full of monsters and evil, and it is your job as the hero to fight your way through these challenges and discover the deep lore that lies within the world. MMORPGs are not a new concept, with some you may have already heard of being World of Warcraft, Lost Ark, and Final Fantasy series games. Zenith stands out from these other MMORPGs through its anime-like art style, which reminds people of Sword Art Online. The game allows players to fully immerse themselves within the game, from an expansive map to some more simple pleasantries such as cooking.
In this video, I will be analyzing how Zenith the Last City uses VR to create an immersive environment for its players, and how it promotes social interaction as well as the multiplayer versus single-player experiences.
When playing Zenith, there are two main ways of walking around and exploring. You can use an out-of-body camera where you can watch your character move around, or a more intense locomotive movement style. When you first get to the Fractured Plains by leaving the tutorial city, you are introduced to a large open world that you can move around however you choose. You can climb up mountains or buildings by grabbing the surface with your hands and pulling yourself up, or you can choose a faster way of getting around the world by flying. To fly, players will stick their arms out like they have wings. You will start with a basic flying setting, letting you glide around at a limited speed, but once you feel you've mastered that, you can take on a more difficult approach. You can change your flying style so you will always move where you are looking, as well as change the way you fly. When using the advanced controls, players can physically lean to change their direction, as well as tilt their hands to gain speed and change their altitude. The combat experience is also immersive. Players can choose from two classes, the Blade Master and the Essence Mage. The developers plan to add more classes as the game develops, with the Cyber Ninja being the next addition, planning to have a grapple hook mechanic. Each hero type that you play as will have 3 options for you to build and switch between at any time: damage per second, tank, or support. Blade Master players will wield 2 swords that they can use to block attacks as well as combo enemies. Essence Mages are different from their melee counterparts as they have 2 projectile launching gauntlets. These players can also cast spells like summoning a boulder, teleporting, or even throwing fireballs, with different hand gestures that they have to make with their arms. If that wasn't enough, players can also summon a cooking station and cook a wide range of recipes from smoothies to soup that will give players an in-game benefit. There is also a world hub where players gather to cook with one another. This area is a place where users will stay for hours as they create recipes and chat with one another. The game, being an MMO, allows a lot of communication between players. With access to half-body movement, there are plenty of ways of communicating. A simple wave or thumbs up as a hello or thank you, but you can also point at someone to pull up a player menu. You can add a player if you like them, or if they're screaming as loud as they can, simply avoid them. Because there are so many players, you are bound to make friends. You can add people to your friends list, join a guild with them, or even create a guild of your own. Joining a guild is a good way to find people you know around the map, as well as organize events.
Okay, but what's your name?
Brandon?
What is it on Discord? Your Discord name.
Brandon?
Oh my god. Yeah. Alright, any caps?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna pee, dude.
The game also features a proximity chat, so it can become an issue to talk with friends if you need to travel to different areas. To overcome this, you can opt into a private chat with your friends, but by doing this, you will be closing yourself off from players who are not in your private chat. If playing with others is not your style, don't worry, you can still enjoy Zenith alone by exploring the map, harvesting food, and searching chests the same way you would with others. You can still play the game the same way, following the main story quest, as well as doing some side quests to gain more XP. But some of those quests may prove to be too difficult to do on your own. While doing world events or solo questing, it can become a struggle at times, so strangers may come and help you if they see you in peril or want some XP for themselves. You can never have a truly single player experience on Zenith, but you can close yourself off from others by muting yourself and other players to enjoy the game however you please. In the single player experience, you'll be grinding dungeons, getting loot, and upgrading your gear alone, while in the multiplayer experience, you'll be talking with others as well as doing the same stuff. To wrap up, Zenith is a widely expanding immersive experience that allows its players to communicate with one another as well as absorb the player within the world. Whether it be cooking, boss fighting, or flying around, Zenith does well at creating a positive and immersive experience for its players.
In Johann Huizinga's book Homo Ludens, he defines what play is. He will tell you that play has rules. These rules describe how play must be a volunteered action because you are switching your state of mind. He proposes that there is a magic circle when playing, where the player will suppress what they understand to be the laws of the real world to bend them for their game. Example being, a game of tag on the playground changes the playground to being the whole world for the children who are playing. Instead of having to worry about real life troubles, the only goal in life is to either run away from the player who is it, or tag someone else when you're it. If someone leaves the magic circle, in this example the playground, it will break the magic circle and they will no longer be playing. Zenith relates to the magic circle through its use of virtual reality. When putting the headset on, players volunteer themselves into a different world. This world is contained within your play space or magic circle, and while inside, your mind uses different senses and understands the world differently as the kids do while playing tag.
As a player, how best do you think a game can create an immersive experience for a player? Whether it be virtual reality, intense gameplay, or anything else, I am interested in hearing what you have to say about this.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a reply in the comments to tell me what you think about this video.